All right, last example, number 5. This is going to go pretty much like we just did. Here we're given pictures of the graphs though, and we're going to use those pictures to write the functions in factored form. So again, with all those sets of parentheses in them. So just start by looking at the picture of the graph, just like we did before on Desmos, and identifying where the x-intercepts are. So where's these points? And this one has 4 x-intercepts. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's at -6. That was at -4. That's at 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 4. So here are our 4 x-intercepts. And so that idea that we just think x minus -6, so x plus 6, that's sign switch. Then a -4 is going to be x plus 4, because it's x minus -4. And then here we have x minus 1, so just x minus 1. And then here we have x minus 4, so just x minus 4. Okay. So here is the factored form of this function right here. Look at the next one. See that N-shaped graph? Except for this one's upside down. Normally an N would be pointing like that. So this one's upside down. So that's actually telling us something about our function. So this is the positive version of x cubed, whereas this is the negative version of x cubed. So looking at my x-intercepts. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So that's -3, 4, 5, -5, and then 1, 2. That's +2. So starting off with x, and then that's -5. So minus a negative is +5, and then x minus -3. So +3, and then x minus 2. Now, what I said earlier about this graph being upside down, all we'd have to do to fix that is go here and put a negative in front of it. And now this would be the factored form of this function. So that end behavior stuff is really important to remember. All right, last part of this problem. So looking at the graph, so things I'm noticing, like both ends are going up. Remembering that that's happened when we had an x to the 4th, that W-shaped graph. So we should be expecting to see 4 x-intercepts. And if we look, we see one here at 0. We see one here at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and just -4. But it doesn't look like it hits anywhere else. So what we're noticing again is that idea that it's bouncing here at -4. So that means there's actually 2 -4s. Okay, so again, that's that idea of a double root, because it's bouncing at that point rather than crossing through the graph. And so if we think about that, it's x minus -4, so that's x plus 4. Then x minus -4 again, x plus 4. And then x minus 0, and then x minus 7. Again, I would prefer you guys not leave your answers like this with an x minus 0. That should just be a plain old x. If we were going to write this, the plain old x should go right out front, and then x plus 4, and then another x plus 4. And if you felt like writing it as a square, you could, and then the x minus 7. The order that you put these things in doesn't matter, except for that plain x really should be in the front, but the ones in parentheses, the order that you write that in doesn't matter. So this x minus 0 became just an x. So here's the factored form of that function. And that is it for today's lesson. Hopefully the homework worksheet goes smoothly, and you have a good weekend.